Hey guys, it's me, Alzagzzz, and I hope I'm able to give you guys a little dose of positivity. So today I wanted to talk about some basics that I think are good to know. Like, hey, we all need a refresher on basics sometimes in terms of skincare or makeup or any of that sort. So hope you guys like this little video. So let's first talk about skin types. What are skin types? This is basically the category of your skin. So I'm going to be talking about oily, dry, combination, and normal skin types. Let's get into it. So, an oily skin type usually has their pores produce more sebum or oil, basically. The skin appears shiny, the pores appear visible. They're also prone to comedones or whiteheads and blackheads. Oil may also appear as early as 1 hour or more after you wash your face and you didn't put any moisturizer on. This skin type is due to the large amount of sebum or oil being produced in your pores. The condition of overproduction of sebum is called seborrhea. Some possible causes for the skin type are genetics. You inherited from your parents, and that's okay. Hormonal changes and imbalances. It could also be if you're taking any sort of medication. Stress can also factor into this. And another thing is that comedogenic cosmetics or makeup that irritates your face and your skin can actually make your skin want to produce more oils to basically push the makeup away from your skin. But do make sure to check the ingredients of your makeup products to avoid anything that you're allergic to, like allergens, or it could be something as simple as a certain chemical. And also try to avoid parabens like phthalates and sulfates, which are preservatives, but unfortunately they do cause a larger chance of irritation on your skin. Some good habits to keep in mind for this skin type is that make sure you wash after you wash your face, make sure to hydrate it with a little bit of moisturizer at least. And then the next skin type I'll be talking about is dry skin. So for them, their pores are less in terms of producing sebum or oil. The skin appears dull because it's dry. The skin feels also tight and rough. It can lead to calluses, scaliness, or flakes. The skin also feels itchy, mainly because there's no moisture to act as a barrier. For tanned skin, it appears as if you have ash on your face. The main reason for this is that this individual is lacking lipids or oils or fats to maintain the skin elasticity, to act as a barrier of moisture. It's called cirrhosis. There are varying degrees of this condition, and some possible causes could be that the skin is losing water via lack of consumed water, or you're perspiring, lack of natural moisturizing factors, which are amino acids and chemicals that help bind water and keep it to the skin. And another thing is that there's a lack of epidermis, or your outermost skin's layer of lipids and fats and oils, which acts like a barrier. Some good habits for this skin type would be to keep hydrating. Just make sure you're hydrated. Utilize deeply moisturizing products, and then also reduce stripping your skin of natural oils. So maybe just wash your face in the morning and at night, and that's it. Don't overwash your face. since we've talked about these two skin types, let me inform you guys on the normal skin type. This skin type is basically the well-balanced skin type, or eudermic. It can have the T-zone, which is the forehead, the nose, and the chin. It can have this area being slightly oily, but not a lot. Overall oil and moisture is typically balanced. Their pores are somewhat fine, and they have soft baby skin, little to no blemishes if ever, and not likely to be sensitive to like any products applied to their skin. Some good habits for them, honestly, just have a good diet, stay hydrated, exercise, which also, is something I would recommend too to other skin types as well. And then lastly would be the combination skin type. So they have a noticeably oily T-zone, which is again the forehead, the nose, and the chin. They have enlarged pores due to trapped impurities, sometimes dry skin on like the cheek area. But again, it's a combination, so it can be otherwise oily in other parts of the face and dry on the other parts of the face. But yes, good habits for them would be hydrate as needed, moisturize as appropriate, and try not to over wash or strip your face of natural oils, especially in areas wherein you're dry. But a good recommendation to all skin types: stay hydrated, have a good diet, and try to exercise as much as you can. And since I've already talked about like the different skin types, let me give you guys a little introduction, I guess, to some skin concerns that you may be experiencing. So the first one would be sensitive skin. Skin is easily irritated by different items. It can be permanent or stimulated. It occurs when the skin barrier is basically compromised or it's dry. This can occur after touching the skin, which is usually called contact dermatitis. Good habits though for this concern is that check the ingredients of your products. Know what your skin feels like irritated to, know what your skin is okay with having. Moisturize your skin as much as needed. Use steroid, analgesic, and antihistamine creams and sunscreen. But of course, talk to your dermatologist about this before you just like apply it on your skin. Oatmeal soap is actually pretty good in like calming sensitivity areas, especially mainly because oatmeal has like natural oils, and it's also what's the thing? It's a natural ingredient. Unless of course you're allergic to oatmeal, then please do not get oatmeal soap. Reduce using hot water. So when the temperature of the water you use too to like wash your face also factors in. If you're using just like warm water, like lightly warm water, it's gonna be okay. But if it's like piping hot water where the steam is basically like coming out, like that is no good for your skin, much less your face. It's as if you're slightly cooking your skin. So please don't. Love yourself. Also, I also suggest to basically use fragrance-free or hypoallergenic products so that your sensitivity issues don't like flare up or it doesn't cause you any irritation. Another common skin concern are whiteheads. So I earlier said that whiteheads are a type of comedone. Don't worry, this is just a term. It's a type of acne. So whiteheads are a type of acne that forms when dead skin cells and oil and bacteria are trapped in your pores. It's usually caused by genetics, so it's okay. This is common. Areas where there's friction on skin, so if you're wearing like athletic wear or like you have a strap with your helmet, so friction can also cause like whiteheads because basically you're like scratching your skin enough times so that the dead skin cells are kind of pushed in and being brushed off as well. Hormonal changes are also a factor, like for example, puberty, or if you're menstruating, or you're pregnant. And of course, some good habits to take into consideration for this skin concern is that talk to your dermatologist about like topical retinoids or oral antibiotics if it's if it's significantly impacting your life, and if it's applicable as well. If you wear makeup, check that it doesn't cause irritation. Check the ingredients. Um, Try to reduce the amount of oil content in your makeup products. Use oil-free lotions and moisturizers. Wash the skin and hair regularly, and remove makeup before sleeping. So another step from whiteheads would be blackheads, which is another comedone. And blackheads are basically where all that gunk, all that sebum, oil, bacteria, dead skin trapped in your pores, it oxidizes. That's why it's a darker color. And what else? It's again typically caused by a high amount of oil production. It can also be because of a certain bacteria. Don't worry, this bacteria is common on people's skin. It's called Propionibacterium acnes, and this is totally common. Every person has this to some degree. So if it's very high in number and amount on your skin, like that will also lead to blackhead formation. But again, it's a common skin bacteria. Actually, it even protects it's one of the natural barriers of your skin so that you don't get sick. It eats like harmful bacteria, so don't worry, it's not like super bad. Hormonal changes, taking any drugs like corticosteroids, lithium, androgens can also affect like the appearance of blackheads. The amount of sugar that you consume or the amount of blood sugar you have can also affect it. Some good habits for this one is that, again, talk to your dermatologist about like any over-the-counter treatments that's potentially good for you and for your blackhead case. Some common treatments used for this concern is salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, to basically kill the bacteria and increase the shedding of the skin, so it pushes everything out. Make sure to wash your face regularly, practice good hygiene, use oil-free products, and try exfoliating scrubs or masks, but only once a week after you've done a patch test to see if your skin is okay with this specific scrub first. You could do just a little patch test on your arm or on your neck and see, like, wait maybe 30 minutes, check if your skin is still okay, or maybe you're feeling irritation. And then if you don't get any irritation or you don't get any allergic reactions, then try that scrub, but only once a week. Again, once a week. So another skin concern I want to talk about is acne. Acne is common. It's a chronic skin inflammation causing like spots and pimples on people's faces, back. Sometimes it can also appear on like legs, arms, chest. So it's common in puberty, but can occur at any age. It's a common skin condition. Everyone goes through this, or mostly everyone. It can lead to scarring if you pick at it, so please try not to pick at it. I just want to give you guys more information. So papules are basically the small raised bumps due to just inflammation and infected hair follicles. So if ever you've had like small raised bumps on like your skin, like on your face, on your skin, it's called a papule. Pustules would be the small red pimples but has pus in them. So when you've picked at it and then there's that white gunk that comes out, that's likely a pustule. Nodules are like the solid, painful lumps under your skin. So when you touch it, it's like, oh, whoa, that hurts. And then cysts are the large lumps under the skin with pus and can be painful. Sometimes, if you have watched Dr. Pimple Popper, this would be the ones that are on the worst scenario, tend to be like that circular one that she basically pops out and it's like a circle comes out. Acne is usually caused by blocked pores, either by oil, dead skin, bacteria. It can also be caused by hormonal changes. That's why it's so common in puberty. It can also be triggered by high consumption of sugars and carbohydrates, and of course, genetics. Like, our genetics factor into this. Some good habits to have are just have a good diet, good hygiene. Please avoid picking on them and touching your face. And finally, talk to a dermatologist about your options. Like, if you feel that this special concern is impacting your daily living, then talk to a dermatologist, see what they have to say, and see if they can recommend you anything to help you treat it. Another skincare basic that I guess I would like to talk about is taking care of your tools. So, wash your makeup brushes as often as you need it. I try to wash my makeup brushes at least once a week, and I wear makeup almost every day. So, try to just keep your tools clean, because again, you're putting that on your face. Another thing is keep body or face scrubs clean, towel dry, and air dried. You don't want bacteria growing on it. Try to reduce leaving your facial items in the bathroom. I don't know if you guys have seen, but in Mythbusters, like, germs spread quite easily if you sneeze, when you flush. So try to reduce the amount of bacteria getting onto your makeup brushes, onto your toothbrush, onto your body scrubs. Just, like, once it's dry, like, store it maybe inside the shelf or inside a drawer, or put it in your room so that it doesn't lead to bacteria growing on your stuff. And another thing is check the expiry date of your products. Like, write the date when you first opened it up or when you first used it, and then check the amount of months that it can be kept usable, basically, the most effective it can be. Another thing is, like, if you have hand scrubs, like the ones from Daiso that I recommended before, like those, you don't typically, you only keep them from 1 to 2 months. You don't keep them for longer than that. So once it's shriveled up, once it's no longer how it looked when you first bought it, the big puffer, then it's time to be thrown out. It's not going to give you any more benefits anyway, and it's likely being colonized by lots of bacteria at that point. Another thing is, if you can, basically sunbathe your products, your brushes, your sponges, other metal or non-fragile tools, to help reduce the bacteria growing on them. So I hope those skincare basics are able to help you guys. I'll try to do my best to do more, I guess, basics videos so that I can help you guys, especially if you're beginning on your skincare / makeup journey. I hope I see you guys soon, and yeah, peace.